Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. It's day 6 of our quiet time. If you're anything like my community, today would have been an opportunity maybe to break up the week a little and get out on to the golf courses, to the hallowed turf. And of course, that's not going to happen for a while. So today I thought I'd reflect on a golfing story. More specifically, it's a story about a caddy who's caddied for longer than I've been alive, which is over 50 years. I spoke yesterday about trackers, and Aaron has probably tracked well over 500,000 golf shots, most of them to some seriously tough places, if your golf is anything like mine. But it did cause me to go back more than 20 years to a story that I'd written about Aaron. To my knowledge, he's still at the Wanderers. He certainly was last year. But I learned something else today. Or maybe I was just reminded of it. I've often recognized that there is a story in everyone. In some, there are nursery rhymes. In others, there are novels. But Aaron's story might easily be a tragedy, but for two things. One, he doesn't tell it or live it as such. And two, it is sadly more of an everyman's tale for so many of our country's people. We were due to play 9 holes early one morning and then go back to work with the traffic. And of course, for me, that's a little like taking the half-sucked candy out of a toddler's mouth or half a beer after golf. So Aaron and I soldiered on for the second 9. And this is what I learned. He was born in 1961. And at the age of 2 months, he was horrendously burnt by an exploding Primus stove. This left him with a badly scarred head and face, 2.5 deformed fingers on his left hand, and absolutely no right hand whatsoever. He was also left without his mother, who ran away from the scene. Whether she was ashamed, scared, or embarrassed, he doesn't say. He would love to be able to, if he could only find her. His search, like his life, continues. His father looked after him until he was 14 years old, and then in 1975, he too left. But as Aaron looked heavenward, at least he knew where his father went. Now he is at peace with his world and his life, and he has proudly continued its circle. It was tough, he says, but it has made him strong. Is this all I learned? Not by a long stretch. There were stories of fate and fortune, of courage and of care, of fulfillment and fear. Such different paths had brought us to the same place 20 years ago, the Wanderers, at 6 a.m. on a November Thursday morning. Me from Sandton, he from Soweto. We met at a place called Peace. Me from prosperity, he from poverty. He has walked these fairways for over 50 years, when the caddy tips were 75 cents and the bus fares were 5 cents. And if he had his hands back, I doubt whether he would ever have used them to wipe a single tear of self-pity from his scarred eyes. He has learned how to carry his handshakes in his smile and his high fives in his heart. And I guess as Mother Nature has called a time out on us, we are asked to carry our handshakes in our smiles and our high fives in our hearts. So to all the caddies out there, to all of you, to all the caddies who have helped me keep the shots on the fairway of my own life, and have helped me to reduce the number of 3 putts I have. Thank you. Until tomorrow, head down and follow through.